Welcome to Tell Us What You Think, a presentation on the formal consultation of the new draft community strategy for Blaenau Gwent 2010 to 2030. I'm Bernadette Elias, Head of Policy Performance and Development at Blaenau Gwent County Borough Council. This presentation will look to set the context of this consultation, give the relevant background information, introduce the content of the draft strategy and explain how people can get it. Each local council in Wales has a duty to lead a process called community planning. This involves working with other partners, some who have a duty in law, to develop and deliver a community strategy. In simple terms, community planning is the process whereby local partners come together to identify the needs and issues of the local area and outline a clear direction for the future. This process leads to a document being produced called the community strategy. This document brings together all the relevant information in one place. This is the second community strategy for Blaenau Gwent. The lessons we have learned from the previous community strategy for Blaenau Gwent, which covered 2005 to 2009, helped shape the new draft. The new strategy needed to consider and react to changes in law, requirements from the Welsh Assembly Government, and other changes to the way public services are delivered. Blaenau Gwent, as an area, already has a number of key strategies and plans. To help shape the new strategy, the Living in Blaenau Gwent resident survey was carried out in the summer of 2009. In total, 1,000 people were interviewed face-to-face in their own homes across Blaenau Gwent. More than half of people told us they thought Blaenau Gwent was very good or good as a place to live. The top 5 things that make somewhere a good place to live were jobs, low crime, good housing, activities for teenagers and clean streets. The next step of the process saw the key partners and organisations being involved in a series of events to consider the issues and to start building agreement on what the new strategy should focus on. Some of the stakeholders involved in those events include Communities First, Town and Community Councils, the Gwent Police Authority and elected members of the council. People were asked to share their views on what they believe to be the real issues facing Blaenau Gwent. Over 100 participants in the events provided feedback on over 250 issues. People were positive about the events. Some examples being, I felt really listened to, respected and that my view was as important as others, and it was a good opportunity to share thoughts and feed into developing the strategy. This process has led to Making a Difference, the new draft community strategy for Blaenau Gwent being produced. The strategy is a long-term plan covering the period 2010 to 2030. It has a simple structure with 4 main sections: the introduction, Blaenau Gwent past and present, planning for our future, and the 7 key themes for Blaenau Gwent. The introduction. This short section aims to give a perspective to Blaenau Gwent's current situation. Blaenau Gwent past and present. This section looks to provide concise commentary on Blaenau Gwent's history and its present-day position, as well as outlining some of the key challenges and opportunities. Planning for our future. This section outlines the statutory responsibilities of the community planning process, as well as considering the steps that have been taken to develop the draft strategy. The 7 key themes for Blaenau Gwent. This section introduces each of the main themes, which are lively and accessible communities, thriving communities, fair and safe communities, learning communities, healthy communities, green and sustainable communities, community leaders. Using thriving communities as an example of a key theme. Each theme will start with some context. This outlines why we need to have the theme for Blaenau Gwent. This is supported by a citizen's perspective from the Living in Blaenau Gwent survey. Following this, there is a summary of key statistics and information that relate to each of the themes. The word picture is a summary of key issues that were raised through the engagement events held over the last 6 months. The bigger the word, the more time that issue was raised. Finally, to show how far Blaenau Gwent has come over the last few years, there are some examples of key projects and activities that we will need to build on for each of the particular themes. Following this is a simple plan for each theme on 1 page. This includes what do we need to do, which outlines the aims, how will we do it, which gives a flavour of what would be targeted in order for us to achieve our aims, Examples of some key projects. This is not an exhaustive list, but just a flavour of some of the things which are likely to happen in Blaenau Gwent over the next few years. And finally, what difference will it make? This is important as it looks to outline what outcomes or benefits we want to see for the community of Blaenau Gwent. For this theme, the key aims relate to getting more people into work, nurturing our people and businesses to succeed, and providing support and guidance to help people facing financial pressures. The other 6 themes follow the same structure, but here is a quick summary of the aims of each. Lively and accessible communities. Make suitable housing available for people. Ensure our neighbourhoods are places people want to live. Help people to get around. Fair and safe communities. Create a community where people feel safe and secure. Ensure people feel valued and included in our communities. Deliver fairer communities. Learning communities. Give children a good start in life. Ensure people are aiming high and achieving. Make people feel good about themselves and able to meet life's challenges. Healthy communities. Improve people's physical and mental health and well-being. Provide quality care and support to people when they need it. Green and sustainable communities. Protect and enhance our natural landscape. Make a local difference to climate change. Community leaders. Get people more involved. Work together to provide better outcomes for people. Make people feel confident in public services. The consultation exercise on the draft strategy. We now need to consider the actual consultation exercise. Consultation gives interested people, organisations and groups the opportunity to give their views on the draft strategy in their own words. We are actively seeking your views on the draft strategy, and it would help us if you could frame your response in writing, handwritten or electronically, around a set of questions. There are 2 questionnaires, one full and one summary version which is shorter. Both are available on the internet. Each questionnaire will look to cover general comments where we are looking for comments on the look and layout, readability, purpose and direction of the draft strategy, specific comments about the sections, and specific comments about each of the 7 themes. Final comments, which give the opportunity for anything you have not been able to express, is also available. Finally, a section that gathers information about each respondent, covering general and contact details, is added at the end of the questionnaire. Some important information about the consultation includes the consultation period, which runs for 12 weeks from Monday the 14th of June until Sunday the 5th of September 2010. Where possible, we will look to incorporate feedback and, where appropriate, make changes to the final strategy document. Please be mindful that it may not be possible to reflect all comments we receive, therefore we will be looking for key and consistent messages to inform the final strategy. Once the formal consultation period is over, we will produce a summary report of the consultation responses we have received. All information can be found on the internet. Electronic copies of the consultation document can be found on Blaenau Gwent County Borough Council's website on the current consultation web page. You may find it easier to complete your response via the online questionnaire, which is also available on the current consultation web page and can be completed by following the appropriate links. Please note you are able to save your response if you are unable to complete it in one session. Also, all relevant documentation can be found at any one of the libraries in Blaenau Gwent. And during the consultation period, presentations about the draft strategy will be given to a number of local groups, organisations and partnerships. If you would like further assistance in completing your response to the draft strategy, in the first instance, please contact the Policy and Research team, who will do all they can to assist you in submitting your feedback. The details are shown in the slide above. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. We hope that you will take this opportunity to participate in the consultation.